I'm going to sit here and wait until the stream comes on and make sure we have the audio and see what happens. We have audio on Twitch. I love it. All right. And Dementia Radio now and recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski. Were you not hearing it? Because we tested it before the show.
I heard it.
You heard it? Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. All right. Hi. Welcome to episode 729 of the Funny Music Podcast for June 6, 2024. The title of this week's episode is A Ritzy Report. And your job is to work that into this week's episode somehow. And we have Gail Gallagher with us. Welcome back, Gail.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Great to have you. It's been a little while since we've talked to you.
Yeah, it was like Christmas a couple years back.
Yeah. As I said, it's been a while. A couple of years at least. We should have Ethan Mawyer joining us, hopefully, at some point during the show. And we have a pre-recorded interview with Steve Goodie coming up later in the show. In the meantime, let's do this.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what? Oh, he's right.
So, Luke, what you been up to?
Well, first of all, just to let everyone know that I'm going to be checking out a little bit early partway to the podcast because I have a concert to go to by these two gentlemen right here. That would be MC Lars and Schaefer the Dark Lord on their big Disney album 999 promotional tour. So I figured since it's a Disney event, I best get all dressed up for it. So, you know, I'll be out there nerding it up with all the Nerdcore fans in Silver Lake. So
awesome. And when you come back from the show, I fully expect you to give us a ritzy report.
You took the words right out of my mouth, sir.
You usually beat me to it. I had to do it at some point.
Yeah. So let's see. I actually, because I missed last week, and I'll explain why in a bit. I went to see the Garfield movie at 11 a.m. on Friday the 24th because Kyle and I wanted to do a podcast about it. And get it out there right away for the folks to hear. So, long story short is funny cartoon. Yay, I like it. So yeah. And then on Sunday the 26th, I went to Disneyland with Kalani, who is somewhere in my apartment right now. And day after that, I went to see the Garfield movie with her. So yay, got to see it again. Yeah, I have been, over the past couple of weeks, doing my best to get organized on stuff. Oh, and yeah, the reason I wasn't here last week was because I get these emails from the Animators Union letting us know about events that are happening, and there was a storyboard mixer at a little bar restaurant that's very near where I live, and it's like, hey, I need to do that networking so that I can meet people in the industry, which will hopefully lead to me getting more work, et cetera, et cetera. So I kind of felt it was pretty important for me to do that because, the animation industry is a garbage fire hellscape to which there is no employment, seemingly, at this point. So,
yeah, web design is the same way, apparently.
Yeah. So I went there and hung out with people. I bought a new sketchbook just so I could start doing a lot more sketching more often when I'm out doing my day job. And I met some new people. And then right as I was leaving, I ran into a storyboarder who I worked with on Mighty Magiswords. He stepped in when John Barry had to step out because his wife was having one of those babies that are so popular. So he and I did the episode "What's My Name?" starring Van Buren for Highest Warrior together. He did the first half and I did the second half, so it was nice to see him and hang out with him again. So yeah, there was that, and and I was on Steve Goodie's virtual comedy show with him and Brad Tassel on Monday, and you were in the audience for that. That was cool. And the interesting thing prepping for that was I had to go look up. I actually went to their YouTube page to look up my previous 2 appearances because I wanted to remind myself what I performed on both of them because I didn't want to repeat songs I had done before. So I did a couple of new songs, one of which was not exactly requested, but I messaged Chuck because I know she likes to watch the show, and I said, "What are your favorite songs of mine?" And she told me a few of those, and I decided to pick "Fanboy" of the ones that she mentioned. So I did.
And
Fanboy,
she said, "I kissed a squirrel." No.
I don't have an instrumental track for "I Kissed a Squirrel." She did mention another song which I don't have an instrumental track for, which is "My Baby's in Love with John Bermuda," which it's like I'll have to look up who did the production on that because I can't remember. Because if whoever did the production on that still has the files, maybe they can make a instrumental for me so that I could perform it someday. Who knows? But yeah, and then of course Chicken because it's the most recent thingy. And plus, I knew it would be fun chaos to encourage everyone to say the word chicken because we're on Zoom and it would all be all over the place. So yeah, that was all fun. But I have been making a to-do list and trying to get stuff done, and I've gotten a lot of stuff done over the past few days. And now I can focus on having during my days off. I have. I have an overall project of improving my storyboard portfolio online and doing things relating to that, and I have a plan to make this new song I've been trying to make. And basically, I've been wanting to make it the past couple of years, and I've just never gotten around to it. So other stuff has always taken priority, and I've just decided, due to information, that there didn't used to be a ticking clock on this thing, but now I feel like okay, now there's a ticking clock. If I don't get this out by, between late July and early September, it's going to feel like it's, beyond its time, potentially.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I'm making a plan to, I'm making a plan to get that song done and post it to the FuMP, and, there's at least going to be a fan vid for it, if not a proper full music video, depending on how my life unfolds. So yeah, putting a lot of thought into all that stuff. So that would be a Ritzy report from me on things going on in my life.
Very nice. I've also been working on a bunch of stuff and trying to make progress.
Sorry, let me just interject really quick.
Sure.
I finally, because it was on my list of things that I hadn't done yet, I watched your movie Talk to the Hand, and it was excellent.
Thank you.
I look forward for it being available to the masses so everyone can see how awesome and funny your film is. So,
I'm very happy with how that came out. Yeah, I'm actually going to. There's a screening at a film festival in the Boston area later this month that I'm going to. So we're probably going to have to push the FuMPCast. We're probably going to have to do a Wednesday that week because the festival's on Thursday. So I'm going to be up in Boston. But looking forward to it. It's always fun watching that in front of new people.
Also, it's probably worth noting, and we may want to get Ian in as a co-host for a couple of weeks because I'm going to England and Disneyland Paris and stuff.
Oh, right.
So the first Thursday of that span is July 4th anyway. So I doubt you'd be doing a FuMPcast on the 4th of July. I don't know, and then July 11th. So yeah, that's worth noting.
All right.
Anyway, sorry I keep interrupting you.
It's all right. So I've been trying to get stuff done, mostly failing, somewhat succeeding. I did get a couple of big things done last week. Just still looking for a job. No luck. I found this page on Reddit where people talking about, trying to find a job. And one guy said he was a senior level software developer who's been out of work for a year and hasn't had an interview. And I was like, yeah, I feel your pain. I haven't been out of work that long yet, but I'm like, this is going to be bad.
Devo, Kalani over there just raised her hand.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's not good. So, in the meantime, I'm trying to these low run CDs that I've been making for people. I'm going to try to make that into an actual business and like do more of it and potentially get some money coming into this house. So, because that would be a good thing. So, the first step in that process is I'm going to be setting up a mailing list. So if any of the musicians out there listening to this have use for low run CD production, that would be 100 or less. I don't do more than 100. Please join my mailing list when you see me post about it. Cause I'm planning to launch a website and, be able to take online orders and stuff and actually show off like what I can do. So, and then hopefully I can make some money, because money needs to be made.
I may want to take you up on that, involving the new song and stuff. So.
Okay. So, Gail, what have you been up to?
Oh, goodness. Well, so job-wise, I freelance. I'm a bunch of jobs in a trench coat. So, I teach private music lessons, and I do composition projects, and I also have started teaching more at Second City as a music director. So yeah, it's been going into the summer. It's just, everybody's switching over to summer schedules. So it's just like getting ready for that. But I just got back about a week ago from a trip to California with, so my partner and I and a couple of our friends went out and visited family, hanging out in like Berkeley and San Francisco and stuff. And it was the right amount of nature and family and shenanigans. It was
cool.
Great. So
sounds like fun.
Yeah, good times.
So you posted a song.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a quick intro. We will give it a listen.
Awesome. Okay, this is Irish Driving Song, and it is a comedy song about being an American trying to drive in Ireland and finding out that it's difficult.
All right, here it is.
In 2019, we took a trip to the Emerald Isle. When I look back on it, the memories make me smile. We spent a week in Dublin, touring museums and bars. And then off to Letterfract, was time to rent a car. So buckle up tight, the left is now right. Try to stay on your side of the line. Take a deep breath, it's gonna be a day. Try not to lose you on the road to Galway. The open road winds round and round through mountains so pretty. The landscape really changes once you leave the city. It's overstimulating, your brain might explode, 'cause suddenly you might see a sheep in the road. So buckle up tight, the left is now right. Try to stay on your side of the line. Take a deep breath, it's gonna be a day. Try not to lose you on the road to Galway. It's also terrifying from the passenger side, 'cause you're sitting in the place where you normally be driving. The road whips by so fast your foot reaches for the brake. You anxiously shout, "Watch your left," so you don't end up in the lake. So buckle up tight, the left is now right. Try to stay on your side of the line. Take a deep breath, it's gonna be a day. Try not to lose you on the road to Galway. And if you ever find yourself driving on the left side, here's a little tip to reduce some of the crying. Tilt your right-hand mirror down so you can see the light.
Oh, that was education.
And as long as you can see it, you're doing fine. So buckle up tight, the left is now right. Try to stay on your side The left is now right. Try to stay on your side of the line. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be a day. Try not to lose your on the road to Galway. Okay, I need a Guinness.
I think that's our most Irish song since the last time Mark Gunn posted a song. So this just like jumps out at me as like based on a real experience, was it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it is the funniest song resulting from a panic attack that there ever was. No. Well, I can't prove that statement. But
you stand by it. That's all we care about.
But I stand by it. So as the song goes, in 2019, my partner and I went to Ireland for our honeymoon, and we rented a car, and she did most of the driving, but then there was a moment when, a couple days that I was driving, like it was harder for me because she doesn't drive as much as I do. And so, like, for me, driving is a meditative thing, which means that I want to meditate towards the correct side of the road.
Right. Yeah. I can see how that would be bad.
Yeah, so, like, as I was processing so the trip to Galway was the trip where I was going to drive. I got us to Galway, but then it was very much like, Sam was like, and I will be driving now.
So at what point did you decide you had to make this into a song?
I put the chorus idea in the back of my mind, like that was like the kind of like the song that you write for yourself to cope. Mm-hmm. And then about a couple years later, it was like I didn't write the song until about 2021, and it was February album writing month. And I was doing the thing, writing 14 songs in 28 days. Someone wanted to book me for a comedy show that March, or so the next month. And so I was like, well, I guess I should write this song now. And so, and in my head, I was like, okay, this is clearly just to the tune of the Irish drinking song improv game. Can I do that? And I did. So it is the most Irishy, this is what Americans think Irish sounds like. But then I reached out to my friend's band, the Donnybrooks, which they are a Chicago pub band. They come out for all the St. Patty's stuff, and they do a bunch of things. They're just very fun band to see live. Mm-hmm. And I got a couple members of that band to track on it, and and it's actually just two people from that band. It's Jacob Lill, who is the bassist, but also does guitar, and he did cajon, and he did backing vocals, and then Sammy Jo Zale, who is the fiddle player, and she played on my first single, Jiverny, which is a sad song. But yeah, anyway, it was just really fun. One cool thing with Jacob's vocals is all the crowd vocals are just him making different choices, so it was really fun, especially at the end, to just solo everything and like see how they're all layered.
That's hard to do and make it sound convincingly like different people. I've tried that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and it worked pretty well. I was pretty happy with it.
So are they a Celtic band, or are they just a regular like rock band?
They're Celtic, yeah. They
okay.
Do. Yeah, I mean they're Americans who do Irish music very, very well.
Yeah.
So.
Like Mark Gunn.
Yes. Who I need to check out. Yeah. But yeah, cool.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never tried driving on the opposite side of the road. I've been in places where they did, and I've been a passenger. But it was always like on a bus or in a taxi. That was terrifying. But I never had to actually try to drive it. Now, my mother's best friends are British, and they used to commute back and forth to England to visit family. And they had no trouble switching. They'd go over there, drive on the left, come here, drive on the right. No trouble whatsoever. My father tried it once, and he was like, never again. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it. It's such an ingrained habit at this point to stay to the right, you know?
Well, the other thing is, in Western Ireland, there's just sheep wandering around, like the song goes, like, so we were just driving through these fields, and like you'd see these sheep off to the side, and then suddenly there's a sheep just wandering through, and there was definitely a point of the trip where I was just like, we're eating lamb tonight because I must get my vengeance.
Okay, there's a film called Black Sheep you may want to check out if you want revenge on a sheep.
Noted.
There's a
so what else
song
is
by Tom Smith you want to check
Yes,
out?
yes. So what else is going on with you?
So as far artistically, I'm in a place where like I've been putting out a lot of singles and comedy songs, and now I'm sort of in a place of doing more like looking at doing some more instrumentals or experimenting with different lyric writing styles. I've been working on this. So this is going to be going up in 2025, which is next year. What is time?
Yeah, right.
But I've been working on this show called The Robin Saga, which is a musical loosely based on The Legend of Zelda. So I'm writing music for it, and then my friend Ross Compton is writing the script. And so as I'm writing music for that, I am starting to explore how do I take Zelda style music and then make it musical theater. Mm-hmm. So I think as I'm working on this musical, I might also start playing with instrumental tracks, and there might be offshoot creative things that happen as we're creating the show. So that's mainly what's happening as far as like passion project stuff is going. And and let's see, I'm also going to a really cool music conference tomorrow called What Up Pitches.
Oh, that's great.
It's great. What Up Pitches is a sync agency that's a women-led sync agency. So they're helping artists get their stuff placed in TV and film. They do a lot of mentoring for female producers and other people that are not traditionally who you see. I mean, no offense to the dudes in the room, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's fine.
So really cool organization, and so it's like a 2-day conference. First day is panel, second day is an all-day co-write with people you've just met. And so it was really fun last year, and I'm excited to do it again and sort of take sort of my comedy, lyric style, but then also exploring things that are a little bit more metaphorical.
Is there a lot of call for like comedy music in TV and movies? Because I don't see a whole lot, and I've tried hooking up with some of these sync companies, and they never really seemed interested in me.
Yeah, well, and sort of where I'm at is the stuff I want to do for sync is expressing more of the instrumental side of what I do.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're writing a comedy song, it's going to be on commission more so than already placed song, but also, there's definitely room for like zany things,
Yeah, I mean, I can only think of a couple off the top of my head. Probably the best example is in one of the Living Dead movies, like one of the recent remake movies, has Richard Cheese versions of Down with the Sickness, like in an elevator scene. Most recent episode of Doctor Who, they did a cover of the Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, which is a novelty song. Not the funniest song ever, but it's a novelty song.
The Lego movie had, Everything is Awesome.
Yes. Yeah, Everything is Awesome.
And then the Lego Movie 2 was a full musical with a whole bunch of songs in it. So
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the interesting thing I've found as a songwriter. It's like my default, my natural style is very slice of life. This is me, kind of thing, or writing to a character and a specific situation. And so it's interesting when you step into sync. It's like, oh, but you have to write something that is universal.
Yeah. See, my default voice is extreme sarcasm. It's just
yeah.
I mean, which can be fairly universal, but
yeah. But also, as an artist, it's like it's good to explore these different side of things, and I do when I do instrumental projects, like I do custom podcast theme songs that blend different cinematic worlds. And so, like, I did the theme song for the show Bad Astra, which is a science education YouTube channel. And so it's a little bit Star Trek, it's a little bit Disney,
nice.
And stuff like that. So I think the genre parody energy when I do instrumentals it turns into a more like compositional experiment. So that's what I'm trying to offer creatively on that side of things. But yeah, it's interesting. There's different pitching yourself differently in different places depending on what's gonna work.
Yeah. Bretchy in the chat wants to know if you ever done filk.
I have considered filk, but I have not done filk. I've been told that it would be a good thing for me to do. And that might actually, I'm thinking about that, where it's like, yeah, it has at least crossed my mind at some point to do, like, take some of the cinematic side of my composition and combine it with the storytelling and the, comedy side of things. Like, that's definitely within the realm of possibilities.
He also wants to know if you've had any songs placed in films we might have seen.
I have not. The best I can give you is Elmhurst, Toyota of Elmhurst social media.
Which I have not seen, so.
I mean, I shared the YouTube on my LinkedIn as one does.
Okay.
So.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we're getting things going. So.
Cool. All right. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Right now, I think if folks want to find out more about what I do, they can go to gailgallaghermusic.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Gail G Music. All of my songs that I put out are on all of the places you listen to music. Bandcamp is the best. And yeah, and if you want to keep posted on things I do, I have my email list, which is Gail Mail, and the sign up for that is on my website. But yeah, just stay tuned, and as I'm always sharing what I'm working on. So.
All right, we're gonna move on to news and the second song and stuff. Are you gonna stick around, or are you taking off?
I can stick around.
Okay.
So. All
right. Let's do some news. Where is the thing? There we go.
This is the FuMP.
Ultra-Gator, legend of the South. Ultra-Gator, sharp fangs in his mouth. Ultra-Gator's quick and piercing call. Ultra-Gator, he could destroy us all. Can help you. This dude's insane. Just down the cup of iocane, I can explain. It's inconceivable.
Use some mixer in my booze. They keep on giving me a little 7-Up.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. TheFump.com.
Tip me me over and my change falls out. My spout is connected to all of my pockets, my articulations at all of my sockets. Hey there, Mr. Macchiato Face. You got a coffee mouth and you're a big disgrace. I grind up the beans.
Time for funny music news. Something, something, something.
You know that that Joe J. Thomas song 7 Up? I finally heard the original last night when I was out with some friends at a karaoke place, and somebody performed the original song. The original is substantially slower than what Joe did, and it seemed like almost like you're playing a 45 RPM record back on 33. Like, have you ever done that? That's kind of what it sounded like to me, because I was like, 7 Up, come on, get to it. Anyway, I did the Humpty dance. It was fun.
Yeah, that's one of my standards as well.
It was my first time doing it. It was great.
Yeah.
All right, news. 2D6's new release, Live at Casa Bug Skull, is now finally available, featuring songs like Metal Mario's Diarrhea Burger Blasted, The Doctor Said the Hair on My Balls is Terminal, and Adoption's Fear Fart. As always, their titles are deep and meaningful. They have guest appearances on this album.
I'm so glad to know that those specific songs that I'm very familiar with, what they are, were told to me on this podcast. I'm now very motivated to get this album based on that information.
That was the idea. I'm glad it worked. The album features guest appearances by Schaefer the Dark Lord, Dynamo Dash, and Kim Bayer. It is available now on their Bandcamp page for Name Your Price. You can go to 2d6music.bandcamp.com. Look for Live at Casa Budugskull. All right. And an update on Jeff Whitmire's IndieGogo, for his new album Direct to Video. He is currently at 1,470 of his $8,000 goal. He has 3 weeks left, so there's still plenty of time to get involved. Go over to IndieGogo.com and search for Jeff Whitmire. It will come right up. All right. That's all the news I got. You guys got anything else?
I don't think this is new. It's been... what you said earlier reminded me of this. There's a thing where somebody took the album from the 80s, Chipmunk Punk,
right.
and then and took it and slowed it down to 16 RPMs on the turntable, and it's like this. It has this whole new context of being like a deep metal new wave album and stuff like that, and they put it up on Bandcamp. So just search for like Chipmunks at 16 speed or something, and you can find it. It's amazing.
Several people have been sharing it on Facebook. It's been making the rounds. Shouldn't be hard to find. All right. Tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goodie hosting at the Bluebird. Sundays online, Two Sleeps. Mondays online, Steve Goodie and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Mondays and Tuesdays online, Bill Larkin. On the 7th in Atlanta, Georgia, Steve Goodie. On the 7th in Elizaville, New York, Drew Jacobs. On the 9th in Portland, Oregon, Chris Waffle. On the 9th on YouTube, Escape from the Secret Lab featuring the Consortium of Genius. On the 13th in Jersey City, New Jersey, Carla Ulbrich. The 14th and 15th in Lincoln City, Oregon, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And on the 15th in Jersey City, New Jersey, Carla Ulbrich. And birthdays coming up on the 8th, Jessica Delfino. Happy birthday, Jessica. All right, so I guess Ethan isn't going to be able to make it, but let's play his song anyway. Here is the latest from Ethan Mawyer, Man Spider.
He deserves incarceration for the way that he behaves. Such a hassle, such a cleanup after all his so-called saves. He's such a menace, causing more pain than a dentist. The people parking by the sidewalk should know their cars aren't safe. So many taxes have to go and try and fix the mess he made just so unruly. Why no cops in the vicinity? I've spent some long nights awake, just hoping for his demise. Then I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake, why did they give him a prize? So many stand there in awe and watch him leap through the air, but he is breaking the law. Why do the people not care? Oh, rule breaker, bad neighbor, please tell me why no one stopped that man spider. He's been spotted with a monster that's been known to stomp and smash. My nephew said they're the Avengers. How can he defend this trash? You'll see my fury until they're tried by a jury. Bunch of highfalutin, arrow-shooting, hammer-swinging punks. Then some doctor says he's moving between universes. What? But I've only been hurt by Mr. Hero Spider. So can we get him on tape? Can we at least take a pic? If we can look at his shape, then we might know who he is. We used to get every scoop. We'd use our tools and succeed, but he's a big piece of poop. He's made a fool out of me. Oh, rule breaker, bad neighbor, please tell me why no one stopped that man spider. I say this is enough. Remove him from the skies. He is not any good. He only spins his web of lies. Don't try to chill me out. I have a right to rage, 'cause him and me won't ever be approaching the same page. My muscles used to be loose, but now the stress has them tight. It is a lousy excuse that he had a spider bite. Before him things were okay. Now we are in crazy times. He needs to be put away. Then there will be normal crimes. Oh, rule breaker, bad neighbor, please tell me why no one stopped that man spider.
Yeah, no problem.
So is this the first Spider-Man song that's written from the point of view of J. Jonah Jameson?
As far as I know, yeah.
I was just noticing that I was trying to think of another one, and I came up with nothing.
I mean, the song kind of feels like. I mean, I've never seen nor heard the music from that Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark musical that happened, a bunch of years ago. But this kind of seems like that would be like the power ballad he would sing, like about a third of the way through the play.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Ethan Mawyer is at ethanmawyer.bandcamp.com. All right. Let's do some feedback.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback.
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 Lee, let's sing a song about Lee, let's sing a song about
Lee, you're testing my ADD.
Eclectic Lee wrote, Fumpers, I need clarification, please. I thought Devo had come up with the bit about Jeff Whitmire's upcoming album Direct 2 Video being his second album on his own, but no, it does say on his IndieGogo campaign that in 2023 he released his first album, Stabby Road. So what is 2019's Deep Fried Superhero then? Jeff apparently isn't trying to sweep Deep Fried Superhero under the rug because it's still on his Bandcamp page as his debut comedy album. So are we just omitting the words horror-based in there somewhere when talking about the latest and impending albums? Or perhaps the words missing are IndieGogo supported since his first album wasn't? Pedantic minds want to know. So I forwarded this message to Jeff, who replied with, "No, it was just a mistake on IndieGogo. It should read second horror comedy album. Deep Fried Superhero is still very much my debut album." So there you go, Lee. And from YouTube, Love the FuMP Films says, "Thanks for the shout out, Mr. Spice. Anytime. Anything I can do to help promote this movie, I will do it. This is amazing." So... and A-Log!
Oh my god, it's you, not again!
A-Log wrote, "Apologies, it has been a while since I've brought it up, other than last week. True, many of the acts I have in mind may no longer be active, despite the fact that we still don't know why Barry Bookbinder got rid of his Barry and the Bookbinders catalog years ago. But with the fact that you guys got like Howie Newman and Harv Mann, who have been on Dr. Demento many years ago on the site, maybe this idea did come to fruition, although unintentionally. Funny how the fates work, doesn't it?" Yeah, I figure they'll all find us eventually. And finally, Dizman of Dead by 28 wrote, "Me and Keymaster recorded our first demo on a rented 4-track cassette recorder in 1997. And on my 11th birthday, my mom rented an over-the-shoulder video camera." I remember people renting video cameras. I've never heard of people renting, like, multi-track recorder, like, tapes. It seems weird to rent the tape. I can see renting the machine, but renting the tape just seems weird to me. But I guess that's what they did. All right, we have a third song this week, which is the new one by Steve Goodie, which was moved up in the schedule a couple of weeks for reasons. Followed by a brief interview with him, and I'm assuming, Luke, you need to leave?
Yeah.
All right.
So, also, awesome to see you, Gail. Please post more stuff.
Okay.
Bye, Luke.
Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Here is Lose Like MAGA by Steve Goodie.
I'm on the Trump train. I love my MAGA hat. I love MTG and Matt Gaetz. The Democrats stole the 2020 election. Do your research. Make America great again. Reality star, an ex-president. Somehow he stole your heart like classified documents. He swept you away. You drank the Kool-Aid. Now he can't stay awake in court over the porn star that he paid. He wanted control, so you gave it, and he lost a big vote. So he faked it, he was crying boo-hoo, instigated a coup, and you were his crew, smeared the walls with poo-poo. Now here we go again. Your emperor has no clothes, he's a gassy troll, and all his bigotry shows, and at the polls, he's gonna lose again, MAGA. Nobody loses like MAGA. You're gonna lose. With no soul, you ought to choose again, MAGA. Don't be a stooge again, MAGA. You're gonna lose. You've gone MAGA. Too far, taking rights away. You thought you could discard Roe versus Wade, but the women say no, and Gen Z can vote. We'll give you just enough rope, like the one you were gonna use on Mike Pence. This guy is a dog, pussy grabber, a damn demagogue. With failing gray matter, he wants permanent rule. With his mushroom tool, you're his useful fools. Definitely keep worshiping him. 34 felony convictions. He sold you Bibles and shoes to pay his penalties. His spray tan, his manual antifreeze. No one gets used like MAGA. Yells fake news like MAGA. You're gonna lose. Big MAGA. He gave tax breaks to the rich, then borrowed trillions. I wouldn't touch him with a case of penicillin. You're gonna lose again, MAGA. No one's confused like MAGA. No one gets fooled like MAGA. Nobody drools like MAGA. You're gonna lose. Big MAGA. What was on the walls, Madam Speaker?
Poo-poo.
I'm here with Steve Goodie. How you doing, Steve?
So good. How are you?
So good.
Yeah.
So tell us about Lose Like MAGA.
Thought of this back in late December, early January, when I had a whole spate of new song ideas, most of which got done in January, February, March. But this one just kind of stuck. I couldn't quite get it right. The first version came out too angry, so I just kept letting it sit and letting it sit. And then somebody got convicted 34 times, and it kind of got finished.
34 times in a row?
And that's that. Yeah, 30 in one day.
Yeah,
it's crazy, and it will mean a lot.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm waiting for the judge to sentence him to writing, "I will not falsify business records" 34 times on a blackboard, you know?
Yeah.
And he'll probably complain that that's unfair too.
Oh, it's all unfair. He's so beleaguered.
Yeah.
He's in a beleaguer of his own, that beleaguered mofo.
So what was it about the first version that was so angry? I'm curious about that.
I can't remember. I could probably look it up, but I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah.
Line by line, I got rid of stuff that was simply, it rhymed, it wasn't particularly funny, and replaced it with stuff that was more clever.
Okay.
And I think it got there. Like the one I like the best is of course now I can't remember what it is. The wouldn't touch you with something of penicillin, with a case of penicillin. That rhyme felt like, okay, I want the rest of them to feel that good, and I got kind of close.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at the credits here. The music, are these the people who helped you with the music, or is this like the original?
That's the guys from Maroon 5.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I Googled who wrote that song, you see. Moves Like Jagger. You recognize it, right?
Yes. Yeah, I know that. So what did Sulu do? What was her contribution to this?
Just helpful suggestions. I can't remember exactly what. I would send her a version of it, and she said, okay, this works. I'm not sure about that. Can't understand this. That's stupid. No, she never said that.
That's what we should do at FuMPFest.
By people.
Yeah, that's what we should do at FuMPFest. Just have Sulu walk around, like every time somebody performs, she should go, "That's stupid."
Yes. Oh, that would be worth the price of admission.
Yeah, that would be glorious.
And then we could all be devastated with humiliation because she thinks it's stupid. And then we'd have to go to therapy with Bad Beth, and we'd have to show her on the doll where Sulu hurt us.
I think that would be an amazing weekend.
That would be so great. Oh my God. And then Kendra would dance.
Yeah. So, you had the great Luke Ski on as a special guest on your virtual comedy show the other night. That was fun.
It was fun. He did really well.
He did. So how's the show continues to exist? How's it going?
It's going. You know, some days I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And then other days it's like, what am I doing? But I'm doing it.
It's like everything I do. It's the exact response that I get. Everything I do. It's like.
Yeah, I was having a pretty crappy day. The past couple of days I've been just beating the bushes trying to get butts in seats for tomorrow's show at Zany's here in Nashville. And it's and dumb communications are going back and forth between me and the office there. Things we should have sorted out a month ago, they're just bringing up now. It's like, what am I doing? This is supposed to be a professional club. And then I read one comment from one person who said something super nice about me, and I don't think I've ever met this person. I don't know for a fact. And it just cheered up my whole day. Everything's fine. Got props from one person. That's all I need.
That's all it takes sometimes. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so tomorrow's show, at the moment we have 42 out of 100 tickets sold. We might sell as many as 80, and that would be really nice because walk-ups are a thing. Everybody's always trying to avoid the $3 service charge. Why are there convenience fees? So once that's behind me, and I'm hoping, knock on everything, that goes well. Then I got a show in Atlanta on Friday and in a little town near Atlanta called Snellville. 2 little theaters in each of them, and I'm just hoping we get anybody to these things. It's so hard to get strangers who don't know who I am
Yeah.
to come see a show.
Yeah.
So
this is your Weird Al Daniel Radcliffe show you're doing?
yeah, plus a bunch of other stuff. At Zany's, they want a 90-minute show. This is the thing they're bringing up just today. She said, and Lucy's awesome. Lucy's awesome, by the way. She's very professional and very kind, much nicer than most comedy club bookers. But today she said, "Hey, do you need support, or you do the whole show on your own?" Like, really, we couldn't have talked about this 3 months ago. And I said, I'd rather do it on my own. The trouble with opening acts is they go long, always. And so, yeah, they have the tough spot of a cold audience, but then they get the sweet spot when they've warmed up a little bit, and they don't want to let go of it. So by the time I get on stage, it's not the sweet spot anymore. I want sweet spot. Me, sweet spot. So I just soon do it myself. And then she said, how long is your show? And like, I told you this. It's about 45 minutes long. I probably can pad it out with a few songs, so maybe 50, 55 minutes. And then she said, well, we need our shows to be 90 minutes long. Like, okay, I thought we were trying to keep it shorter. I didn't realize for the sake of servers and food and beverage, they needed to run 90 minutes. Okay, fine. Okay. I'll do 90 minutes. No problem. You got it. But why are we discussing this the day before? So anyway, it's gonna be fine. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
See, if you had worked this out 3 months ago, I could have come down and opened for you. I wouldn't have run late. I'm good at sticking to my time.
Yeah, you are.
My set is all pre-planned on the iPad.
Yeah, you know exactly how long that set's going.
Exactly.
That's fine. It's going to be fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's great. It's fine.
It's all great. Perfectly good.
All right. So, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yes, come to Nashville tomorrow. Anybody who's hearing this on Thursday, come to Nashville yesterday and enjoy my show at Zany's Lab, where the back wall of this club, the back wall of the stage, is one giant LCD screen. Oh my God, it's going to be so good.
So you don't have to project. You can just run. Right.
Assuming the tech works, I'll bring all my crap anyway, because, you never know if things are going to work. But it should work, and it should be awesome. Your viewers are probably going to get that message too late, as it'll be Thursday. So if you're in Atlanta, come to Academy Theater in Hapeville, which is a little neighborhood right in the middle of Atlanta by the airport. Hapeville at Academy Theater on Friday, June 7th. Or if you're going to be in Snellville on Saturday, June 8th, and you know you are, come to Momentum Arts. That's what it's called. Momentum Arts in Snellville, Georgia, where I'll make my mark, gosh darn it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck with the shows.
Thanks. SteveGoodie.com for all that.
Yep. All right. And we will catch you next time.
Thanks.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
And oh, look, a wild Ethan Mawyer has appeared.
Hi. I thought I wasn't going to make it. I forgot it was happening.
No problem. We can interview. We've already played your song, but we can talk to you about it now.
All right.
If more than 8 people watched this show, I would edit this interview into the correct portion of the show, but it ain't worth it.
It doesn't feel worth it.
So we're just going to go out of order. It's fine.
Yeah.
So after we played the song, or while we were listening to it, it occurred to me, this might be the first Spider-Man song written from the point of view of J. Jonah Jameson. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know of any others that have been from the point of view.
Yeah, because I couldn't think of any others. But it's a great take on the character. It's a great perspective to write the song about. What inspired this song?
I'm not even 100% sure. I just knew I wanted to do a vampire parody when it got big, I think last summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I had ideas running through my head. And at one point that clicked. Please tell me why no one stopped that man spider. As once in a while, I just get an idea that every other word rhymes with the original line. And when that happens, I want to make sure the song happens.
Yeah,
but even then, I didn't really do anything until I decided to try and get myself out of the writing slump I've been in and took a comedy songwriting class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who offers comedy songwriting classes?
It's a new thing. It was a pilot class with the Pitt Theater in New York City.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Usually they're an improv theater.
Yeah.
But they do sketch. They do some stand up.
Yeah, I've been to the Pit. Yeah, it's a cool place.
Yeah.
Like I could see them teaching a class going, okay, if you want to make no money, this is how you write this song.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it is. Yeah.
That's fascinating. I wish I knew about it. I kind of would love to have gone. Are they still doing that?
I don't know if they're like the class I took was in the fall. I don't know if they've done it again.
Okay.
Because there were only 4 people in the class.
Oh, well, yeah. It's comedy music. There ain't going to be a whole lot. In fact, I probably know the other 3 if you remember their names.
You wouldn't know one because this is their first foray into this at all.
Okay.
I forget his last name. Tony Harkin, I think. He's kind of big on in the musical improv scene.
Okay. I might know him if I saw him. It's one of those things because I've met so many people at the New York Comedy Fest when Jessica was doing that.
Right.
And
I don't think any because I was the most experienced at.
Oh, okay.
Definitely the most experienced at parody songwriting, possibly the most experienced in comedy songwriting.
Okay, that's fair. Still, it's fascinating. I love it.
Yeah.
So, now you didn't sing on this, right?
And what?
You didn't
no,
sing
I didn't,
on
no,
this,
that
right?
is not.
Yeah.
It was me. The only songs on my YouTube which I sing on are the originals.
Okay.
Every parody, I want to get someone who can actually get the notes right.
Yeah, that helps.
The originals, no one knows what the notes are. The parodies, people can tell that it's wrong.
That's true.
Kind of feel recording every mistake is kind of amplified with respect, compared to a live performance.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I think this is a great song. You really did a good job on this one. I've been a fan of Spider-Man since I was a little kid. I never read the comics because I never read comics. Just something about comics, my brain has a hard time parsing them. Like I look at the comic and I'm like, all right, what's going on here? Okay, who are the characters in this panel? What are they doing? Okay, now let's read the dialogue. Okay, now who is saying what? And then I'm like, okay, so that happened there. That's one panel. Now we move over here, and it's just.
And the storyline probably been going on for a while beforehand anyway.
Yeah. So I just could never get into comics.
I probably do not know Spider-Man nearly as well as I'm supposed to have written this song.
Hey, that's what Wikipedia is for.
Exactly. I've seen a couple of movies and I did Wikipedia.
Yeah, a couple of movies and Wikipedia. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the I think it was the 1960s Spider-Man cartoon?
I haven't. I have not seen any of the old Spider-Man.
I watched that a lot as a kid. I really enjoyed that one. That was, I mean, even at the time, I knew the animation was terrible, but I loved it anyway. So yeah, I was very, very happy when they introduced Spider-Man to the MCU. I thought that was a great choice. And those last few movies have been. Oh, and of course, there's Into the Spider-Verse, which is one of my favorite films of all time.
I've only seen a little bit of that.
Oh, great film!
I need to at some point.
Yeah, it's like in my top 5 of like all time movies. It's just so good.
I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I have seen. I'm not sure if I saw all of Ultron, but I saw the other Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are good too. But Into the Spider-Verse is another level. All right, so what else is going on with you?
I have made a lot more reporting. For whatever reason, I don't always feel up to submitting them to the FuMP. I don't, and I'm probably not alone in this. Is I don't like the no, and it's not fun to find out. No, we're not going to take this.
Yeah.
And sometimes, is there any chance ever you're going to get a what you see is what you get editor for your lyrics?
Yes.
For the lyric?
Yes, that's on my list of things to do on the site. The problem is I need to find a plugin that will work with the way that I did it, because otherwise I have to write my own like parser, which I don't have time to do. I could probably do it. I just don't have time to do it. So I need to find some way to add a WYSIWYG editor to that.
I've been reluctant to submit some of the longer lyrics just because it's so annoying to post them.
Well, what you can do is what I do when somebody forgets to format it. I just put a pre-tag in the front and close the pre-tag at the end, and that it works.
I've been doing. I think I put a BR and a break.
Yeah, BR at the end of every line.
And a break at the beginning of every line.
Yeah.
I copy paste, but that's still annoying.
Yeah, it is.
If you've got like 50 lines, it's annoying.
Yeah, I generally I bring them into my code editor, and then I do a find and replace for every carriage return and replace it with a BR and then a carriage return.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm a nerd. Okay, so do you have anything you'd like to plug?
I wish I'd even though it's like kind of like super pipe dreaming, I am trying to get somewhere with my channel. I'm trying to get people watching the Ethan Mawyer YouTube. I have managed to get the copyright claim taken off of more than half the songs.
Nice. That's good.
Which is, I was relieved about. And I've still not gotten a strike. I am somewhat concerned about some of the videos. I did get a copyright claim for my Wizard of Oz song.
Wizard of Oz is public domain.
No, it's not. The book is. The movie is not.
I thought the movie was too.
No, the movie is not.
Huh. Interesting.
I think that particular video used 30 seconds straight of one scene, and that guy Warner Brothers flagged it. I am not fighting Warner Brothers.
No, it's not worth it. So I was just checking out the classes at the Pitt Theater. They do not have they have a musical improv class listed, but they don't have a musical
I took a musical
class.
improv class earlier this year. I may take the level 2 in July. It's just a question of, do I feel like I can afford it?
Mm-hmm.
Comedy classes get expensive. Not as expensive as producing songs, but still expensive.
Yeah. All right. So we meet. Yep.
I just said thank you for having me.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. Eventually, it's fine.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I'm glad you were able to make it.
I hope not to be another year and a half till whatever till I'm back again.
Yep. All right, let's do teasing.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a jingle. Yeah.
Tomorrow's song is by Durwood Bowen. And Tuesday's song is by a new artist, so you're going to have to stick around and see who that is. And I need a topic for this week's Spotify playlist. Do either of you have a suggestion? Something I can find roughly a half an hour of comedy music about.
Animals.
Yeah, there's plenty.
I got one or two. I got like 3 myself.
Yeah.
I have the dog song.
Yep. All right, I'll definitely include that then, and I'll include something from you, Ethan, too, since you were both on.
So
all right.
My most reasonable song I'm thinking of submitting. I will say. I might.
Well, this has to already be up on Spotify because it's a Spotify playlist. So.
Oh, okay. So on Spotify, we do have one from the first one that I did with you with the FuMP.
What was the name of it?
Breaking Chairs of Grizzlies. It was the taking care. It was
right, yeah.
Goldilocks and Three Bears taking care of business.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. So, Gail, plug yourself one more time.
Yeah, hi, I'm Gail Gallagher, and you can find me on Instagram at GailGMusic or check out GailGallagherMusic.com.
And Steve Goodie is at stevegoodie.com, and if you're in one of the areas where he's performing his Weird Al and Daniel Radcliffe show, check it out. It's a good show. All right, let's get out of here.
One of these days, I should probably get myself my own name website again.
Yeah, you
figure it out. How to do it properly.
Well, you got Bandcamp. It's good enough for now.
Yeah, I do it Bandcamp.
All right. Thank you for listening to this week's FuMPCast. I'm Devo Spice. Luke is off with Lars and Schaefer, and there's other people. I forgot how to talk.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of FIDEM Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
999 happy haunts, boy!